Do we believe in moral victories? Do you believe in moral victories? I do not believe in moral victories. I believe they played well. I believe the picture I have up is of Jermaine Johnson being held by number 79 of the Chiefs, whose name escapes me right now. Number 79 of the Chiefs. That's what I feel on that play. That you can see him being held, his jersey being held. That is called holding, in my opinion. Oh, thank you, Jason, for coming on today. Thank you so much. We were just talking, Jason and I. And since it's fresh in my mind, let's give Jason the time he deserves. Let's give him his props he deserves. He is a Padre fan unlike any other. So he sends me stuff all the time, basically that Juan Soto, they're going to extend him. They feel they have enough players in the farm system that they can, balance the high contracts, the big contracts with the young guys coming up who they were able to keep under team control for years. He also sent me that Juan Soto has played all 162 games for the first time in his career. He just worked his 132nd walk. Jack Clark used to walk a shitload. And then he was doing drag racing. Remember that? And Jack Clark struck out a lot, but he had a beautiful swing. That's what I remember about Jack Clark. And he tied Jack Clark's single-season franchise record. He's on his way to becoming the first player to lead the majors in walks in 3 straight seasons since Barry Bonds. Thank you, AJ Casaval, on X, formerly known as Twitter. I like saying that. X, formerly known as Twitter. He sends me that. And he said, did you see the Khalil Mack line? I said, did I see the Khalil Mack line? Khalil Mack yesterday had 6 sacks. Not 1, 6 sacks. And I was like, wait a minute, did I see that incorrectly? And I mean, who does that in a game? That's like video game kind of game. Yeah, 6 sacks, most sacks by one player versus X team in NHL. I almost said NHL in NFL history. He became just the 6th player to record 6 sacks in a game since sacks became official in '82. He recorded almost as many pressures in week 410 as he did during the first. He had 11 pressures in the first 3 weeks. He had 10 against the Raiders. He was double teamed on just 2 pass rushes. Let me see a question. How come you only double team him twice? Once he gets 2 sacks, maybe. But once he gets to 3, I feel like, maybe we got to change this up. That's what I love about Josh McDaniels. A fantastic coach. A phenomenal coach. Belichick, they're saying he's on the hot seat because, and Mac Jones is his quarterback. And again, he said, let the team down. I love when they say after the fact, my bad. Now, I was thinking, Daniel, who do you get this week when you play the Niners, the Cowboys? Do you get the team that played 3 out of the 4 weeks? Or do you get the team that gave up 222 yards rushing to the Cardinals? What team do you get this week? That's what I wanted to ask him because I don't know. But yeah, 6 sacks. I mean, don't you think you would do something about it? Only active player with 6+ sacks. This is Khalil Mack in a game. First player with 6+ sacks in a game since 2017. Only active player with multiple 5-sack games. And the second player over the last 40 seasons with multiple 5-sack games. So what I love about Jason is I love ripping Brandon Staley because I think he's a moron. But that's what you have someone who is a true fan. And I said, I also said about, where's Bosa? They show Bosa on the sideline. I go, he's hurt all the time. He seems like he's hurt pretty much all the time. Something's always bothering him. And yeah, I'm just perplexed by that. He said he's hurt a lot. He said that Derwin James is hurt a lot. Austin Eckler's hurt a lot. Mike Williams out for the season. And I said, why did they go for it? I think they were on 35, 4th and 1. They didn't get it. They're up 24-17. He got a rookie quarterback in Aidan O'Connell, give him the ball back. And, they got an interception by Antonio Samuels Jr., right? Is that? And then he slid it. Michigan was like, he had 90 yards. Why not run it back? I said, babe, I don't know why he didn't run it back. He slid down. They had the clock. Yeah, why not score, get a touchdown, and then they got 2 touchdowns they have to go. I don't know. But, maybe he thought he'd fumble it or something. I was okay with it. He stayed in bounds, but the clock stops anyway. But I was like, all right. So Jason says to me, in every game that Brandon Staley has gone for it on 4th down and come up short, they've won all the games except for 1. And he sent me a list. There's actually 10 games and 1 he might have lost. So basically, when he goes for it on 4th down, they don't get it. They usually win the game, which is kind of crazy to me. And maybe there's a method to his madness where the players get fired up. I agree with Jason. It seems dumb to me too. Yeah, Asante Samuel. Thank you. I knew I said it wrong. Asante Samuel. Thank you, Jason. That's why you're here. Your greatness is appreciated. And yeah, he said the only one they lost of those was a doozy, the playoff deciding game. You remember? Yeah, that game when I went forever against the Raiders. Yeah, so I found 9 games. I was like, holy shit, that's impressive. Yeah. So I was going off on all the stuff today on the Jets, and then Jason always comes with you something interesting, and I was like, all right, let's go with it. And then Jason comes on IG Live, and I'm like, let's really go with it. But back to the Jets. Have the picture, number 79, whose name escapes me for the Chiefs, and Chiefs left Donovan Smith. I said Devon. Yeah, Donovan Smith. And Bumble sent me a picture, which I love Bumbles. Bumbles always gives me great shit. Always, keeping it real. That's my man. This is the picture just sent me. They exchange jerseys during games. Yeah, that's funny because that to me is like that one, and that was a ticky tack with Sauce Gardner going against, and I can't remember who was he going against. Of the Chiefs. I mean, they were hand fighting. And I feel like if the offensive players can hand fight the defensive players, and that would have been the third interception. And then they showed the probability of, Zach Wilson overthrew Garrett Wilson in the end zone, and then he made a great play. Zach Wilson, he got out of getting sacked, and he threw a ball to, was it Conklin, which wasn't a great throw, and they said it was a 65%. If Conklin made that catch where he's like basically on his back trying to catch a ball, more power to him. But I didn't think that was a catch. I thought the one to Garrett Wilson, they said, well, if that was Aaron Rodgers, it's a touchdown. And you just sound on the sidelines going, ooh, so close, but not close. Hey, he came to play. He played the best game, they said, since his first year. Okay, maybe I don't remember. All I've seen is shit on shit on shit. And I thought he played a pretty good game, pretty damn good game, got himself out of sacks, not one, didn't throw any bad balls. But Garrett Wilson, 9 catches for 60 yards, 14 targets. I felt like they weren't opening it up. I thought they had drives where they could have, done something, change the momentum. I mean, 17-0, we all thought the game was over. We thought it was done. End of story, And then after that, man, Mahomes looked pretty mediocre. He didn't get anything going with Kelsey. A lot of throws, guys were going one way, and he was throwing to another part of the field like they weren't They weren't on the same page. He had 2 interceptions. Mosley dropped one. That one that they called the pass interference. That would have been 4 goddamn interceptions. They held them to 6 points after the 17. They lost 23-20. I mean, they got to win in Denver this week. They have to win. But I don't know how a ref doesn't see holding on that play. I don't know how Donovan Smith on Jermaine Johnson, and there was a lot. And then they said that the safety they got when on the hold, who was that? That was Huff. Bryce Huff was being held as he was going into the end zone, but they said that the twist started in the end zone. It looked like it was whatever it was. I mean, you saw, and that was a lot. Bryce Huff, I saw a lot of times being, like around the net. And I think there's holding on every goddamn play. But when it's egregious like that, and then there's a guy, Michael Nania, who does a Jets thing. And I don't know if this was a joke or not. I thought maybe it was a joke, and I was like, okay, maybe he's just joking around and shit. But, I don't know. He said the ref who made the holding call on Sauce is Frank Steratore, cousin of Gene Steratore. There's reason to believe he is biased to the whole Kelsey Chiefs story going on. Not only is Gene from Pennsylvania, same as Taylor Swift, but he went to Kent State, not far from Cleveland, where Kelsey is from. This family has clear inherent bias to this story and couldn't bear to see it crumble. Yeah, that sounds like a joke to me, but I thought it was kind of funny. And the whole Taylor Swift thing, it's like she was a god, like a goddess. Yeah. And Josh, hey. I was tired of it. Thank God they didn't show Taylor Swift like 8,000 times. And I didn't know Blake Lively's sister was in Karate Kid 3. She was the main, yes, and the Good Witch, and she was some other stuff. But I was like, that's Blake Lively's sister, because Lanker subbed in California when he used to live out there, and he subbed. And when Blake Lively was in high school, I remember him telling me that. Blake Lively. Yeah, I was like, wow. Yeah, that hey, we all picked it. Bumble said 38-10. I said 38-3, and Josh said 41-0. So it looked like we were on that pace. I thought they were going to put out 60, but the D came to play. 22 straight games the Jet defense has not allowed a 100-yard passer. Dalvin Cook sucks. Dalvin Cook really sucks. And I had Pacheco last night, who had 159 yards of total offense, which was a career high, over 100 yards rushing. And I am still losing in fantasy football with one player left because all his players are done. I am down, to even say this out loud is painful for me. I am down 159.88 to 92.4. Yeah, I need 66 points, which I think is impossible almost. But Pacheco last night had 24.8, which was my best player by far. Yeah, but my defense did pretty good. Baltimore defense, 17 points. And I got Lockett tonight against the Giants, where now I saw that Daniel Jones is 1 for 12. 1 and 12 on primetime games, 0-6 on Monday Night Football. Maybe the jinx should end. Maybe it should end tonight. Maybe it will, Bumbles. Maybe tonight's the night where it ends. And it finally ends for them. Will it? I don't know. I mean, it should be a close game. Nice weather. Fans should be out. So a good game last night. Why not? And they've been up and down this whole season, Brian Dable and the Giants. Why not tonight? Why not tonight be that night? Yeah, Zach Wilson, man. Josh sent me this picture last night of Zach carrying around Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers says he's coming back before the end of the season. He's going to be the first guy to do that, come back from an Achilles. Tre'Davious White, they're saying, is Achilles. He's done for the year for the Bills. I can't believe he'll come back from that, but maybe he'll get the same lightning surgery that Aaron Rodgers got. And what's the deal with all the mustaches? Because, Mahomes, as Michigan said, the hair makeover, and it's not a mustache like him and Justin Herbert. It's not a mustache. It's like pubes on his lip, because that's how mine grows. I don't grow a beard or anything. It's just looks like I have pubes on my face, which isn't a good look. But that's the thing now. Everybody looks like an out-of-work porn actor. That's the thing now. Do women like it? Do women like the flavor saver? Yeah, I just think it's a funny look. I think they all look like they should be in a barbershop quartet. That's me. I don't get it. I always wanted a beard, but then I'd shave it off. But a mustache, Magnum PI, that's about it. There's not too many people who I was needed the mustache. But, Aaron Rodgers wearing the mustache and everything, watching the game. Of course he's going to paint expressions watching the game because he wants to be out there. But, yeah, man, no moral victories, man. None at all. None at all. Yeah, it sucked. It sucked. Watching the game and everything, you're just like, God damn. So close yet so far. Yeah, now Eagles and the Niners, only undefeated team. You got Cowboys at San Francisco. McCaffrey would have 4 touchdowns, career high yesterday. And Deebo Samuel was hurt. They basically didn't need him. And Brock Purdy's 9-0 as a starter. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, bladed. They're 3rd and 22. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how the refs didn't see that. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, hey. Zach Wilson's first career game with more than 23 completions and first multi-touchdown interception-free game of his 3-year career. That's something to build on. These are things to build on. And Salah says it gives us our best chance to win. That's all he keeps saying, best chance to win. And Pacheco came in with 78 all-purpose yards and 70 touches, including his first touchdown against the Bears the week before. Jets 158, and that 48-yard touchdown run. I was going to say G.J. Reed gave up on the play, but that was a total brain fart by the defense. He just went through everybody, and you were like, but then they got it together. But hey, and you put up 20, you put up 18 points on the offense, and Zach Wilson got a 2-point conversion on a play that broke down that he went in and made it play. They were all giving him, and Mahomes said he played his ass off. All good, all good. Yeah, Mahomes is 18 to 30, 203, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, should have been 4. And his leading receiver was Rashee Rice, 3 catches for 32 yards. Only receiver with more than 2, which is crazy. Yeah, but he did have that fourth quarter fumble on the snap. He was probably looking ahead at the play or the blitz coming in. That was big because they went down, got the field goal, and that was a drive where you thought they were going to do something, the Jets. That one hurt. The one turnover he did, yeah. That's the thing. You got to be locked in all the time. As a quarterback, too. You got so much to watch, so much information to decipher, and that play, yeah, that one hurt. Jeremy Ruckert had 2 catches for 26 yards. They used Gibson instead of as a runner. he used him as a receiver. That's a guy who you get the ball in his hands, things can happen. That I like. So they did some things this week. McCall Hardman Jr., why is he not getting any touches this season? Bring him in. Yeah, I think, what's his name? Randall Cobb made one play, made a good third down catch. Yes. But overall, I think you need Hardman has speed. Let's see what they can do. And open up the goddamn offense. Let him rip. Let it rip. You know what? Okay. He throws a couple interceptions. You're right. Zach Wilson's got a cannon. He has an arm. He can make throws. And get Garrett. I'm glad Garrett Wilson but Garrett Wilson, man, he made a catch on the sideline. I don't know how the hell, slid and kept the ball. Guy's a magician. I mean, and Rucker made a hell of a catch. Conklin had made some phenomenal catches in the game. There were a lot of good things. Defense, not a lot of sacks, but they got a lot of pressure on Mahomes. They did. I mean, a lot of throws, a lot of bad throws, a lot of bad, but at the end of the game, they couldn't get him off the field. But they were tired. I mean, there was a lot of 3 and outs at the beginning of the game. Defense was on the field a lot yesterday. And Mike Edwards, the Chiefs' third rotational safety, 4 tackles, a sack, and a pass breakup to end the Jets' drive late in the third quarter. He had a game. Mahomes reached 200 career touchdown passes, 89 games, faster than Marino. Wow. Yeah, and Salah said about Zach Wilson, if he plays like that, we're going to win a lot of football games. Well, yeah, okay. Let's win a game first, and then you can stop saying this shit. 1.5 game will not sell me on Zach Wilson. No, I agree, Josh. 1.5 game will not. One game. Listen, they came out like shit, and they started off bad, and the boos were going on. Yes, I need Zach Wilson to play like 8 games. Listen, 8 something. He has to be consistent. Yes, 1 game does not make a season, and 1 game of Zach Wilson like this does not make me say, okay, he's the answer. He's going to win some games. They got to go to Denver that got gifted a game because of Eberfluss. And I saw the Chicago Sun-Times, their headline was horseshit, which I agree. I mean, they went for it instead of going for a go-ahead field goal, would have sent it to overtime, and they wasted a good game from Justin Fields and that franchise. And now they have the first and second pick right now in next year's draft. Like, who gives a shit? So they bring in Caleb Williams, and they bring in, which I'm not sold on the USC coach either. I'm not sold. I'm not like, wow, Caleb Williams, yes, but I don't think the USC coach is all that, because I don't think he doesn't have a defense, and that's on him too. You gotta have your guys around you, but he's never had great defenses. But that was a USC coach, man, and he left in the middle of the night. Remember that? Oh, yeah, I'm not a fan of Lincoln Riley. I'm not like, oh, Lincoln Riley's the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, we'll see what happens going forward. Yeah, Jesus, that one stings. That one's gonna sting. That one's gonna sting a while. Yeah, that was Pacheco's longest play of his career, was 48-yard touchdown. And his response for not getting with Zerline on the 4th and 1, not going for it, and 52-yard field goal attempt that doinked, was that, all we're going to get is a field goal. Yeah, all you could have done was got a little closer. Why not make it a 45-yard? Why not make it a 48-yard field goal? I don't like that. I said go for it. Get the 1 yard. I mean, Breece Hall basically, 6 for 56. One of them was a 43-yard run, so we went 5 for 13. And then you had Dalvin Cook, 5 rushes for 16 yards, 1 for 2. And they put this stat up. Oh, Zach Rosenblatt. Jets EPA per play this season when Breece Hall's on the field, 0.04, would rank 10th league-wide. When Dalvin Cook, minus 0.45, 32nd by a long shot via True Media. That's so expected points added is a team's expected points adjusted on a particular sequence. The expected points scored based on the down distance and field position at the start of a play juxtaposed to the end result. Okay, so all that. And so I saw that and I was like, yeah, he's not good. Everybody even said was like, wow, he's really gone downhill fast. He's not the same running back. He gets the ball and there's no spark. There's no burst anywhere. And Jawan Taylor, man, he gets average 8 penalties in 3.1 games. He got another one late in the game. Huff was a terror. Yeah, and the first half, Wilson had 18 completions to 9 different players. Mahomes in the second quarter, 31 yards, 2 interceptions. And Wilson was 4 for 4 on throws, 10-plus yards down the field in the Jets' opening drive of the third quarter. His most such completions in any drive of his career. Let's something they can build on. Let's see if they can build on that. Yeah. Yeah. Jermaine Johnson definitely held by Donovan Smith. That one hurts. I said I don't want moral victories. Dalvin Cook washed up. Let Wilson rip it. Let him rip. Mahomes says that Wilson played his ass off. Flea flicker in the game. Lazard was wide open and they couldn't get that one going. I mean, you were like, oh, yeah. Yeah, Mahomes, 2 terrible picks. What Greeny said, Kelsey, 1 terrible drop. Chiefs take this game lightly. All the Taylor stuff, a distraction, whatever it is, they look awful. And yet they still won because it doesn't matter how they look. It's how they finish. And they won the game. I mean, that's all that matters. And what did I see? Booker McFarland made a joke about Aaron Rodgers during doing ayahuasca on the Toy Story broadcast. He goes, I wonder if Aaron Rodgers is seeing those UFOs. Wouldn't be the first time he's doing the ayahuasca. Thousands of kids watching that Toy Story thing earlier in the day, which I thought was terrible. They said kids liked it. It was terrible. It wasn't even interesting. It was stupid. I mean, I saw that, I just was like, but he said that Booker McFarland. I mean, well, what do you expect? You put in adults on it. He said, I thought it was kind of funny. And parents, Mommy, what's ayahuasca? Oh no, it's like it was like in what was that movie with Adam Sandler where they were all hanging out? I forget the one that movie was called. Yeah, the girls love the toys. Okay, yeah, that it was for that demographic. But that movie where they were said wasted, and it's like, oh, when you love ice cream, and the kids go, well, I want to get wasted. Yeah, I want to get wasted. That's what you should have told the kids. Well, it's like eating a lot of ice cream and you feel tired after eating all that sugar. Same kind of thing. Except Aaron Rodgers does it and it makes him clearer headed and decides I'm going to have this awesome mustache and then I'm going to go working in the porn industry once my career ends because I look damn good with the mustache. Well, that's what you want, confidence out of quarterback. Oh, they wanted more. I don't want more of it. But yeah, listen, will it make them watch football? I don't know. Did they even care about the football game? Or were they just like watching things, the characters running around? That's what I think. Yeah. And the Seahawks, 2 straight. Giants are coming off a tough loss to the Niners. Well, they got blown out. So it wasn't a tough loss. They got their asses kicked. And Ken Walker and Zach Charbonnet, the former Michigan UCLA running back, should have success. The Giants defense is 29th most rushing yards, 138 per game. And Walker and Charbonnet are averaging 100 combined for 143 last week. And Jamal Adams is back. First appearance since the season opener last year, 2-time All-Pro, returning from a serious quad injury. Barkley's not playing. Matt Breida likely to start. And Andrew Thomas is out. That's how you get them started. Okay, so let me ask you a question, Josh. Is it really getting your kids started? You think they're really going to be into football? Because Treetop told me that his daughter was watching football for the first time ever because Taylor Swift was at the game. So is this enough to make your daughters watch football with you? I mean, I would love it. I would love it to happen for you. I mean, I think that would be a great thing. But do you think it's really going to happen? I mean, I hope so. But I don't know. I mean, that would be every father's dream to watch football with his daughters on Sunday and start a tradition. You got the whole spread and all that stuff, and you're watching the games, and like they're like talking to you about things and making sense. Not like my mom goes, do you think the Jets have a good chance this season? And I just love her for saying it because she doesn't like sports. She'll watch it with me, but it's not better. Yes. What, the Nickelodeon one better? What was the Nickelodeon? Was that what was the Nickelodeon one? Oh, wait, what was it, Big City Greens? Or what was, I forget which one it was. Well, I know they did the hockey one. The hockey one was pretty cool. But I don't remember the football one. Yes. Disney's was not the best. And it could have been really good, but it really wasn't. Yes. I concur. Thank you, Josh. Always great stuff. So I asked Lanker, who's a huge Cowboy fan, what about the Cowboys? He was trying to get too excited with Cowboys, as last week showed against the Cardinals. They always manage to fuck it up. And Dak has not forgotten the playoff loss to the Niners last year. Thinks about it every day. And Todd Archer put this up. Over the last 3 seasons, the Cowboys are 9-1 and averaging more than 33 points per game following a loss. But Deuce Vaughn, his pass protection, he has to improve. But Rico Dowdle, who had a hip injury, knocked him out of the game. They're going to need him to step up because that's the thing. Because Dalvin Cook on the flea flicker fell down, and that's why the flea flicker fucked up. Because you saw him fall. The guy blew right by him, and Alan Lazard was open, and that didn't happen. And Lazard can play, man. I mean, the Jets have a lot of weapons on offense. I mean, still, I don't think Brees Hall getting 6 carries is enough, which I still don't understand. And Dalvin Cook shouldn't get any. And Michael Carter had a big drop, but he was in the game. So guys are getting in that should be getting in. Gibson, hey, let's open up this. Let's open up this playbook. Let's get things going because they're going to Denver. Denver thinks they're probably we're a game they should have won. Well, the Bears suck and the Broncos suck. So that means next week they should go and beat the shit and make Russell Wilson remind him that he shouldn't be playing football anymore, or that he's not really a starter anymore. That's what we should see. Kenny Pickett injured his knee. They said no lip today, no crutches. If he doesn't go, they got Trubisky. Yeah, I mean they got blown out. Yeah, and Tomlin says changes. I've been hearing Matt Canada should be replaced as the offensive coordinator for years. Is it going to finally happen? Texans, DeMeco Ryan is going to build a good team with the Texans. They're going to be a good team. C.J. Stroud, 306, 2 touchdowns, average an elite 10.2 yards per attempt. Nico Collins, 7 catches, $168, 2 touchdowns. Nico Collins went to, isn't he a Wolverine? Nico Collins, let me see. Nico Collins was drafted. Yes, played at Michigan. Yeah, I mean, he had a hell of a game yesterday, man. Where was he drafted? He was drafted round 3, pick 89, 2 years ago. He can ball. And C.J. Stroud is the first rookie since the 1970 merger with 250 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions in 3 straight games. Jesus, I mean, he is balling, man. 1,212 yards on the season, passing Mahomes, Herbert, and Luck for the second most to begin a career, only behind Cam Newton, who started out with 1,386 in 2015 when he was named MVP. Was that his rookie? But he wasn't a rookie. Through 4 starts. Oh, the 4 starts to begin a career. But Cam Newton came in the league. That can't be right. Cam Newton didn't come. Cam Newton, when did he come in the league? Yeah. Am I wrong here? He's a free agent. Nicknamed Super Cam. Yeah. Okay, buddy. He was drafted 2011. So that's a bullshit. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, he was MVP, but he had made starts before then. That is not a good stat right there because Cam Newton in 2015, his MVP season, had already started a couple seasons before that. So that's not a good stat. Shame on you. Shame on you for that one. That's a shitty in that article. I thought that was wrong. And 2-2, franchise's best start for Texans since 2019. 4-way tie for every team's 2-2. They prepare to face the Falcons 1 p.m. next, the 10th. So the Texans already on a bye week? Are you kidding me? Texans already you don't want a bye week 4 weeks in. Well, that's not good. No. They play the Falcons this week. You know what, dude? I love when they put the wrong dates in. This whole article was shit. This was an ESPN. Yeah, I saw this article on ESPN. All the dates are wrong. Everything's wrong. Yeah, Stroud is 3rd most passing attempts by a rookie without an interception, 151, behind Dak Prescott and Tua. Dak, 176 passes without an interception, and Tua with 152. Yeah, he's thrown for 300 yards twice so far, and is the first quarterback to do so since the Bengals, Joe Burrow and Herbert in 2020. Also became the first Texans quarterback with over 200 yards or more in his first 4 career games. They're missing multiple starters on the offensive line. The center, Juice Scruggs, left guard, Kenyon Green, and right tackle, Titus Howard have yet to play this regular season. Larry Tunsil missed the last 3 games. Even Tunsil's backup, Josh Jones, missed the week 4 matchup. Yeah, we got to get it done, man. Yeah, and Puka Nacua, 39 receptions, more than Justin Jefferson and Devontae Adams. I saw something on Jefferson saying that he did like a small dance, like nobody can cover him or something. I was like, okay. I didn't get it. I was like, okay, cool. So he has more catches than Justin Jefferson and Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams did come back into the game with that shoulder. I guess it looked like his shoulder separations. More receiving yards, 501 than Diggs and Keenan Allen. And Diggs said yesterday he owes the guy $18. He in a touchdown celly, he took the guy's beers and sprayed the crowd, which I wouldn't want to get sprayed with beer. That's me. Averages more separation, 3.2 yards than Tyreek Hill and A.J. Brown. Averaging more yards after catch per reception, 4.7 than Amon-Ra St. Brown and Terry McLaurin. And he was available in the 5th round. You never know with these guys, though. You don't know what you have right there. Yes, Josh. No, Jefferson is having, and with 2 touchdowns yesterday. I mean, Justin Jefferson is just putting up like, good God, he's like putting up like video game numbers. Justin Jefferson, what's he doing this season? Oh, yeah. Okay, so 33 catches, 543 yards, 16 and a half a catch, and 3 touchdowns. In his career, what is he? Is he in his 3rd year, right? 3rd year? Or is he 4th year? What year is he in right now? Already 5,368 yards, 28 touchdowns. Damn, I mean, he good God. I just feel like he is, if he keeps this up, he's going to be, he's in 4th season. He's going to be one of the all-time greats. I mean, at 128 for 1,809, 8 touchdowns last year. 4 games in, they got 17 games. He's on pace to have 132 catches and over 2,000 yards. Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, unbelievable. And that was Bill Belichick's worst loss ever. Ever? 38-3, 35-point loss, worst ever. You know, they're 26-28 since Brady. Matthew Judon suffered lower bicep tendon tear. He'll be out for a couple of weeks. Jones wasn't benched for performance. He is their starter. Jones says, I feel really bad. I let my team down, let the coaches down, the whole organization, everybody. What else are you going to say, dude? There's nothing else to say. You suck. You sucked. Hey, Russell Wilson yesterday, 21-28, 223, 3 touchdowns, and no turnovers. And Jaleel McLaughlin, an undrafted rookie out of Youngstown State, who when he started out at junior college, he set a record for most rushing yards ever. Before he went to Youngstown State. I think he had the most rushing yards ever in college football history. 104 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown on 10 touches. Javonte Williams left with a hip injury, so I guess he'll play more. And Fields had that late interception. And Chase Claypool, who was told to stay home from the game yesterday, was told to remain away from the team. I guess they're going to release him or try to trade him because that's what it sounds like. We don't want you around. So good luck, goodbye, and don't call us, we'll call you. And McCaffrey yesterday, 4 touchdowns, a career high, 177 scrimmage yards. He's amazing. Brock Purdy was 20 of 21 for 283 and a touchdown. Brendan Ayuk, 6 for 148. Jesus Christ. But their defense gave up 362 yards and 23 first downs. The Cardinals are playing. I mean, Gannon has got them playing. They're in every game this year. I would say that, damn. Yeah. And McCaffrey, 106 on the ground, 71 on seven catches. Brock Purdy, I said 9-0 as a starter. McCaffrey has now scored at least 1 touchdown in 13 consecutive games, counting the 3 playoff games last season, breaks Jerry Rice's team record of 12 straight during his 87th season. And him and Raheem Mostert from Miami lead the league with 7 total TDs this season. I mean, they do have a lot of players. I mean, he will, his career high was 19 when he was with the Panthers in 2019. He said, touchdown's a lot of fun, so hopefully we can keep it rolling. He has 459 yards, lead all rushers by 95. He has 95 more rushing yards than DeAndre Swift of Philly. And he also has 141 yards on 18 catches. And he's picked up 16 first downs, 9 rushing, 7 receiving in the game. This wasn't official, but that's what Tim Kaminsky said. I mean, that's amazing. That's a game, dude. I mean, you see that stuff, you're like, holy shit, did he put up a game? I mean, good God. Yeah, and that's another guy who just looks effortless with McCaffrey. Now, if he can stay healthy, which he's had a problem last couple of years, that's a problem. But we'll see what happens going forward. I mean, they look good. I mean, defense, again, that's a problem. But, and they're going to play the Cowboys, who, when they're good, they're really good. And when they're, and they should be up for the game. That's going to be a big game for them. Yeah, we're going to see what happens, right? Jeez Louise, man. Yeah. 125 points in 4 games. And they're saying there hasn't been the last non-quarterback MVP was Adrian Peterson in 2012. Before that was LaDainian LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006. And no 49ers non-quarterback has ever won it. Young won it twice. Montana won it twice. That's it. It's crazy. Thank you, Tim Kawakami, for that one. And this is from Jack Bretnall. Through 4 weeks, Joe Burrow ranks dead last in EPA. I've talked about that. Measures the value added by the entire offense on a play, yet in doing so assigns all the values to the quarterback. The quarterback and of himself isn't fully responsible for passing yards or touchdowns. But so he is dead last in EPA, and then CPOE accounts for air distance from the sideline, target separation from the nearest defender, the quarterback's distance from the closest pass rusher, pass speed, and time to throw. He is last in the NFL, Burrow. It's like that cab must be really bad. Desmond Ridder, who's not going to be replaced by Taylor Heineke. That's what Arthur Smith said for the Falcons. He's playing. He's our guy. So you have Mac Jones is 28th. Then it's Daniel Jones 29th. So the Jones are back-to-back. Zach Wilson 30th. Anthony Richardson 31st. Then Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ridder, and Joe Burrow. Is it time to shut him down? Because he's not getting it done. I mean, geez Louise. They went from 94 yards to 400, or 94 yards against Cleveland to 400 against Cincinnati. Yeah. Derrick Henry had a big game. Tyjae Spears, 40 yards on 5 carries. Tannehill, 240. But Burrow, 20 of 30, 165 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Nearly all of his passes were quick, short variety and taken out of the shotgun. And Jamar Chase said after the game, "I'm always fucking open." That's what he said. "I'm always fucking open." So he's not. I mean, something's got to change. They're one of 2 NFL teams not to score a first-half touchdown this season. Yeah, Jamar Chase was definitely pissed off after the game. Yeah, and that's what you love about wide receivers. I'm always fucking open. There's nothing he can do. It's got to be very, very, very frustrating for him to be in this situation and be like, shit, this sucks. Yeah, it would piss me off. Yeah, Bills dominated, but Tre'Davious White, that's a guy they're gonna have to replace. Gabe Davis had good. Cook had 77 yards from scrimmage. You got Miller returning. You're gonna have to replace White. Devin Achan. I called him Achan. I got that wrong. I gotta see. I like when they get Achan, 120 scrimmage yards, 2 touchdowns. He has 353 yards, 6 touchdowns the last 2 games. And Cade McNamara, he went down on he landed awkwardly on his left knee while scrambling. That was the guy who came over from Michigan. He's done for the year. Riley Leonard is going to be out for a while for Duke. High ankle sprain that takes a while to heal. They hope he can be back. They play NC State 21st, and then they play Louisville on the 28th, but he could be out for a while. And we got the WNBA finals we wanted. 21 years since the Liberty have been to the finals, never have won. They're one of the original teams they're the only original team never to have won a title. We have it October 8th, best of 5. Make it a best of 7. Come on, why a best of 5? Make it a best of 7. That's what we want. Aaliyah Boston, Rookie of the Year. I mean, great. They didn't have the Fever didn't have a great season, but her along with Candace Parker, Asia Wilson, as well as Catching and Brianna Stewart, only players with 450 points, 250 rebounds, and 70 assists in the rookie years. She earned an all-star nod as the first rookie starter since 2058. Her field goal percentage of 58% led the entire league. Unanimous Rookie of the Year. First since Asia Wilson in 2018 and the Fever's second Rookie of the Year honor. She 6 win shares, ranks 4th behind Catchings, Parker, and Elena Deladon, who are on much better teams. Her team went 13-27, 21 games back of the league-leading aces. 15 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal and block a game. Got 75% on the line. I want you to work on the line stuff. And Trevor Zegras, he's going to be back. 3-year deal, ending a contract stalemate. Average annual salary, new deal is $5.75 million. He's 22. Led the Ducks last year with 23 goals, 65 points, 81 games. First-round pick 2019, made debut in 2021. He was a finalist for the Calder Trophy as a Rookie of the Year. Yeah, he does everything, man. I love watching him play. Yes. And the Rangers can have a shot at him in 2026. And their initial offer came in significantly lower than 5.75 million. They ultimately agreed upon. Second player in Ducks history to reach 60 points multiple times before age 23, following Hall of Famer Paul Correa. That's pretty good right there. They got their guy. He's back. Yeah. Yes. Congrats. So the MLB playoffs: Twins versus Blue Jays, Rays versus Rangers, Astros and Orioles get a bye in the American League, Brewers versus Diamondbacks, Phillies versus Marlins, Dodgers and Braves. Lanker said, I should amend my statement. I'd like to see all postseason teams reseeded, meaning Astros would be the 3 seed and the Rays should be 2, rank them based on records. I said, well, look at what happened last year. Bucks got a home playoff game against the Cowboys with the losing record, 8-9? Yeah. MLB needs to reseed the 3 through 6 teams for playoffs. Now the teams play everyone. It's not right that the Jays, 6 seed, play the 3 seed Twins. The Twins are the weakest team in the first round, yet seeded 3 because they won the division. Don't disagree. They should be a 6 seed, should be Rays versus Twins and Rangers versus Jays. It's an even stronger case for MLB since all teams play each other now every year. I agree with you, dude. I don't like it. Yeah, so games are starting. And the Braves tied the Major League record, 307 home runs, matching the 2019 Twins. They finished an MLB best 104 and 58. 307 home runs. Wow. Atlanta also had a home run in 144 games in 2023, which was the most ever. It was 5 more than the 2019 Yankees and 12 more than the 2019 Twins. 144, games they hit a home run out of the 162. Atlanta's has consecutive 100-win seasons, won championship the last 3 years. Philly, defending pennant winner. They have a good team. Marlins are in the postseason, first time in a long time. NL East is going to be good. You got Lindor, Brendan Nimmo for the Mets, Senga, Edwin Diaz, Alvarez, and Pete Alonso. Let's see if he gets that contract. They lack quality depth. Can they replenish? They got the farm system back. Craig Counsell, I don't know if he's going to. His roots and family are in Wisconsin. I think they're going to give a new contract. Pat Murphy, Counsell's longtime bench coach. He was at Notre Dame. Murphy actually managed Counsell. You also have Milwaukee first base coach Quinton Berry. But that's the thing. Do the Mets want to bring a guy in as his first managerial job? Bob Melvin, if the Padres let him go, reportedly he wants to stay on the West Coast, but that's a guy that they could look after. 61. Joe Espada was one of 3 finalists with Showalter and Royals manager Matt Quatraro. That's a guy they said could be. It's all speculation right now. We'll see. Eric Chavez wants to manage, but again, that's another guy who hasn't managed team. Carlos Beltran had the job. Then the thing came out with the Astros. Is that a guy that go? Well, AJ Hinch is managing. That was a nice thing. I saw the end of the game with Cabrera. Everybody had him the jerseys. His kids announced him the lineup before the game. AJ Hinch came to take him out with his kids. It was beautiful. That was a beautiful thing in Detroit yesterday. I thought that was really nice. Classy move by the team. I guess we'll see what happens. Don Mattingly, that's another guy. Yeah, I don't know. So Yandy Diaz won the AL batting title from Corey Seager despite sitting and Lewis. I always butcher Lewis. I'm butchering your last name. Luis. Pronounce. I butchered it. Yeah, Luis Arise won the National League batting title. I saw the Oakland was the worst team in baseball, 50 wins. Yankees, 82. Tied with Cincinnati and San Diego. The Mets, the only team to win 74 games. And the best, so you had 3 teams win over 100. Atlanta, Baltimore won 101, and Dodgers won 100. And Bill Plunkett said 8 Dodgers have played for each of the 4 100-win teams. I said, but but those teams never won anything. It was the 60-season team that won a title. The Orioles are honoring Brooks Robinson with a public memorial at Camden Yards. Said 1 to 10, Brooks Robinson is Baltimore. He is the Orioles. Oh, and Tibbs bashed Evan Fournier. He's frustrated he's not playing. This is what he said. He said, I have great respect for him. With the next group that went in, it's hard to argue with a 37-22 record and a +5 net rating. I was like, oosh, mic drop. And Harden was not at media day. He wants to be traded. Daryl Morey says he continues to seek a trade, and we are continuing to work with his representation to find the best solution for the 76ers and all parties. Wah. Shut the fuck up. You know what? I feel like he's got his, he's done it with 3 teams already. You know what? No, don't make it easy on him. And who wants him? Why do the Clippers want him? I wouldn't want him. I don't want James Harden. He's going to bitch and moan sometime during the season anyway. And Bucks got Cameron Payne. And Ukraine qualified because Russia can't go to the gymnastics. So Russia is going to the Olympics. Katie wants to play. Kawhi Leonard said if asked, he would play in the Olympics in Paris. Simone Biles, she became the first woman to land a Yurchenko double flipping competition. The move will now be called the Biles 2. Pretty cool. The San Diego Wave are the first team to clinch an NWSL playoff berth with 5 spots still up for grabs. And there's still a lot of shit. Remains complicated. Yeah, Portland Thorn. The Thorns can clinch a playoff berth with a winner or a draw, and an Oakland Pride winner draw against Angel City. So they're still in there. The NWSL Championship is set for November 11th at Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego at 5 p.m. So I guess there's teams out there. There are 729 possible outcomes, all of which have an impact on the playoff race. Yeah, that's too much for me to even process. And after Saturday's win over Toronto FC, FC Cincinnati won the first ever MLS Supporter Shield best regular season record, 65 points in 31 matches with 3 to go before the playoffs. And how about Davian Kimbrough, 13 years old, came in the 87th minute for the Sacramento Republic FC in the United Soccer League. 13 years, 5 months, and 13 days old. Sacramento beat Vegas 2-0. 13 years old. He's playing which blows my mind, dude. I mean, that's crazy. That is, yeah. Tre'Davious White has torn Achilles. He's out. Doug McDermott confirms he's out for the season. And Kawhi Leonard said, no league policy is helping me to play more games. Okay. Vikes locked in for cornerback. Byron Murphy says they'll say something to get Travis Kelce going a Week 5 matchup. Good. And Brewers righty Woodruff, availability is up in the air due to a shoulder injury. Russ Francis was killed in a New York plane crash in Lake Placid. Yeah, I saw that. That sucks. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about any of that stuff. I don't know. Yeah, Micah Parsons sounds off after his tweet on reporters trying to tear Zach Wilson down. All right. He calls out media. Yeah, sometimes people get angry. I'm going to call it the media. I saw this stuff. I'm not calling out the media, huh? You're going to call it the media? Okay. Yeah. Oh, he was live. Okay. Rodgers came to the team room like Batman. I see this stuff. I'm like, is this for real? Is this really out? Really? Yeah. Kawhi says no league policy is helping me play more games. I agree with that one. And Tyler Hero's still taking shots at Blazers because they don't want him. Dude, so use it to your advantage this season. CP3, okay, coming off the bench, they said it looks weird him being in a Warriors jersey. And LeBron gives Bronny update, says son has begun rehab process with aim of playing for USC this season. JT returns to Colts practice. Gonzalez expected to miss some time with the dislocated shoulder for the Pats. Higgins could play with the rib injury for the Bengals. And Giannis said, yeah, what's he saying? Oh, of course, yeah. I want to see what Giannis has to say. What do you say? A lot of fucking money. Money's not important. A lot of fucking money is important. Yeah, I feel the same way. You know, like the lotteries, what, over $1 billion? That's a lot of fucking money, dude. That's a lot of fucking money. Jones is going to be the quarterback. Alonso be Mets first base in 2024. I expect. David Stern says he expects it. He expects it. And the Charlotte Hornets are launching a jersey patch partnership with YouTube and social media sensation Mr. Beast. His real name is Jimmy Donaldson. Advertised his Feastables logo on the home. This guy is a native of Greenville, North Carolina. They said he has over 350 combined followers on YouTube, TikTok, X, and Instagram. Oh, all right. So Rick Schnall and Gabe Plotkin, who took over for Jordan in July. Wow. I was like, okay, cool. Best of luck. Yeah. Harden. And Porter's told to stay away from the Rockets. Good. Yeah, I wouldn't want him around the team. No, not even close. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Yeah. Trevor Zegras signs. Statboy Stevens says in 2026, Rangers better get him to an offer sheet. I said, I don't disagree. Kate McNamara done for the year. That ended kind of quickly. Katie's going to play in the Olympics. John Moran allowed to travel practice with Grizzly while serving 25-game suspension. Zion in 114 games. Can he stay healthy? 26.7 rebounds, 61% from the field. Only player in NBA history with 25-plus points per game on 60% plus field goals. I mean, that's crazy, right? Now, can he actually play some games? Yeah. I don't think Taylor Heineke's going to be sitting on the bench much longer. Yeah, C.J. Stroud said after they blasted Pittsburgh, for me, it's just the beginning. CJ, you're my quarterback going forward, so let's make it happen. And the Liberty, for every three the Liberty make at home, one tree will be planted. We're at 267. Trees for threes presented by National Grid. One new tree will be counted for every 3-pointer the Liberty make at home this season. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. You learn something new every day. $2.3 million MSG Sphere open in Vegas. The Bowling Green football team got $1.1 million for playing Georgia Tech and Atlanta, got the win, and got the paycheck. Congrats to them. Yeah, so the updated draft order, Bears 1-2, Vikings 3, Broncos 4, Bengals 5. Yeah, and Stefan Diggs says, yeah, I owe somebody $18 for the beers. I love Jamar Chase. I'm always open. I'm open. Oh, I'm always fucking open. Part of my profanity. UNC hockey versus Duke, pink out game Wednesday, October 4th. Exhibition game for cancer awareness, 8:30 puck drop at Orange County Sportsplex. Damian Lillard believes he's serviceable on defense. I'm serviceable. He says, if you take a look into my progression defensively, you'll see I've gotten better year after year. I understand where to be on the floor, how to rotate and how to play team defense. I'm not going to come in here and be Drew Holiday, but I'm going to compete. I ain't a pushover. Serviceable. I like when they say I'm serviceable. Yes. Serviceable. Yes. And Ricky Rubio, again, is stepping away from basketball. Mental health he's dealing with, which, hey, I hope he's okay, man, because, you know, he's a baller. And Kawhi says on the defense, we have to be on the same page if we want to be a top-tier team. No shit. Yes, that's a definite. Yeah, he said if asked, he'd play for Team USA. My focus is winning a championship, says, like it is every year. Ben Simmons sounds ready to have a productive NBA season. He also wants to play in the Olympics for Australia. This is the best I've felt in a long time. Talk is cheap. And I love this from Cedric Golden. I asked Steve Sarkisian if he's coaching the best team in college football. That's for you guys to answer. He said, I don't have a vote. So, yes. I know that Hal thinks that. He's excited. He had a good day. Oh, he sent me a video. Oh, Jesus. Sent me a video from their celebration. And I was like, those motherfuckers. I was just like, really? Yeah, he sent me a video. I got to play this. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, it's right here. Okay. Yeah, here we go. I guess we'll never know. I mean, that's the best line ever. What was that, Bregman? If we don't win division, I guess we'll never know. Oh, I love that. And then he sent me this beast mode. This is great. Over. That's a metaphor. I think I got it. Very deep. Yes. I hear you. Yes. I agree. I concur. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Over and over and over and over and over. Yeah, John Ewing says Daniel Jones is in primetime 1-12 straight up, including 0-5 straight up at home per Bet Labs. He's 1-4 against the spread in home primetime games. The Giants are +1.5 versus the Seahawks. Okay. And Ari Wasserman, which I agree with. It seems that like we have real parity in college football this year. I've seen people say, too bad we don't have a 12-team college football playoff this year. Yeah, I definitely think that would have been good, 12 teams instead of the 4. Yeah, but too bad. So sad. Jeff Kerr, I was reading somewhere that they think that this might be the worst 4-0 team with the Eagles. Well, Jeff Kerr said that Jalen Hurts on throws 25-plus air yards Sunday, 4 for 8, 152, 2 touchdowns, a 135.4 rating. I know they had a tough game, but they still won the game. Isn't that what it is? You're playing to win? You play to win the games? And happy Arizona Fall League opening day today. If you're going to watch that, then enjoy. Yes. Oh, this is the picture. Horseshit. That's a great picture. Chicago Sun-Times. I mean, that's just right there. That's it. Matt Eberfluss. Who are the Bears playing this week? So they said if the Bears, people said he should be fired now, but if they lose to the Commanders, that's Thursday Night Football. Woo! I'm going to watch that game. Woo! I always watch my Thursday Night Football. That should be crazy. And I saw Pat Mahomes, all these stats. I'm like, Yeah, we got games tomorrow, 3, 4:30, 7, and 8:08. So ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, and then ESPN. So you got 4 games on Tuesday, 4 games on Wednesday, and then Thursday, if there is a game 3 is needed. And then if you need those, then you go on from there. But yeah, the final Major League Baseball stats came out. Yeah. Mahomes, 25,148 yards in 84 games, fastest to reach 25,000. Fastest to reach 200 touchdowns. Marino took 89 games. Mahomes at 84, and Rodgers needed 99. There was only 3 under 100 games, and his 105.6 passer rating, highest in NFL history. And Zach Wilson, when he throws under 2.5 seconds, his yards at attempt and passer rating is great, and no interceptions. When he takes too much time, bad things happen. So Arise, 354 batting average, was ahead of Acuna. Home runs, Olsen, 54. Ohtani led the National League with 40. Olsen led 54, led the league, and Ohtani led with 44 in the American League. And Diaz led 330, would have been fourth best in the National League, but he led the American League over Seager, who was 327. Runs batted, Olsen, 139, led the National League ahead of Alonso, and the American League was, there's not even top 4. Or Juan Soto had 109. Juan Soto had a hell of a season. Acuna had 217 hits. Freeman had 211. Arise had 203. Simeon led the American League with 185. Jesus. National League was a stronger league this year. And, Ruiz had 67 stolen bases for Oakland to lead the American League. And Acuna had 73. Carroll had 54 to lead Arizona. And Bobby Witt was second with 49 stolen bases. So he was trying to get 30-50. He did not. And Wins, Strider, Atlanta, led with 20. Gallen for Arizona had 17. Bassett for Toronto led the American League with 16. Tied with Zach Eflin, and Steele had 16. But they're saying that Cole, since he's a 2.63 ERA behind Snell, would get the Cy Young. And Clace for Cleveland had 44 saves, and Doval for San Francisco had 39 to lead. The Strider also led with strikeouts. Cole was 5th, and Cole and Webb for San Francisco led in quality starts with 24. All right, so hey, cool. Yeah, all right. I don't think I missed anything else. Steph Tatum in for Olympics. Robert Sell says Harrison handled things the right way after ripping Zach Wilson Sunday. We contacted Rodney Harrison contacted did he contact the team? Is that what he did? Yeah, contacted Zach after ripping him Sunday. All right, hey, listen. Yeah, I need to apologize. Hey, yeah. Viewership among teen girls aged 12 to 17 spiked 53% from the season to date average of the first 3 weeks, while the audience among women aged 18 to 24 was up 24%, women 35 plus increased 34%. That's crazy. So Taylor Swift does have the combined growth led to an approximate increase of more than 2 million female viewers. Averaged 27 million viewers, making it the most watched show since Super Bowl. NFL just keeps, just keeps happening. That's all it does. All right, let's get to some trivia questions. Last show's trivia questions was... Okay, last show's trivia question was... Bears the first team to allow 25 or more points and 4 points. Sound like I said porns. Bears the first team to allow 25 or more points in 14 consecutive games in NFL history. That was last show's. Today's trivia question. Michigan has had 7 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 7 teams Michigan has played once. They have not been. There's 7 teams that Michigan has played in football that they have never beaten. Can you name 3 of the 7 teams that Michigan's played? Now, these are all teams they're 0-1 against. Can you name 3 of the teams they are 0-1 against all time, never beaten? I saw that true because I wanted to ask Michigan, and she goes, I don't know. So that's what I'm asking. Okay, I'm sending my love to Michigan, my parents, mom, dad, Mrs. S, Carol and Carol. Jason, thank you for the great stuff today. Lanker, thanks for the stuff. Daniel, I'm always thinking of you. Joshua, congrats on your bills, but yeah, ugly. And my computer dies very fast now. I just realized that. So it happens. What are you going to do? And Joshua, thanks for the good stuff. Bumbles, as always. Babs, happy belated. Everybody have a great day. And adios. That's all I got for tonight. Go Giants for all you Giant fans out there. Always fun, Josh. Always fun. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day. And